Welcome to week number 3. This week is theoretically the week you should start ramping up your training. This is the week you should be entering, if you're preparing a combat sport, your official fight camp. So you should be training at least 4 to 6 times a week in your combat sport or in any sport if you are preparing for a competition that is now 5-6 weeks away. So we're gonna discuss besides the training, which I will leave to you. Just know that you have to train at this point of your weight cut. You have to be training 4 to 6 times a week. We're gonna discuss sleep, water, and the most important thing, food. Numero uno, sleep. You should, as the weeks progress, as training becomes harder, focus as much as you can at sleeping at night. Don't try to stay up late. If you finish your training session late, be sure not to waste any time before getting to bed. Sleep is very, very important, starting from now to the last week of your fight camp or your whatever you call it, camp. So you should try to at least get 7 hours of sleep starting week 3 and all the way to week 8 to make sure you recover properly, to make sure you're cutting down the weight properly, and to make sure that you are in optimal physical condition for the days to come and the training sessions to come. Numărul 2. Apă. Now, you should not change the quantity of water you're taking in daily. So just keep water at a stable pace. If you feel the need, if it's hot during training sessions, or if you really want to drink more water, that's fine. Don't try to overdo it. Don't try to add more than, let's say, 1 liter of water a day to the quantity of water you're already drinking. A little piece of advice, something that happens to me, and that I think will surely happen to you, if not week 3, week 4, 5, or 6, is that your body will at some point tell you that it isn't thirsty anymore. Your body will start telling you that it doesn't need the water, and you probably won't feel the need to drink as much water as you did week 1, 2, or 3, 4 if you're in week 5, 6, or 7. Keep drinking the quantity of water that is set out for you to drink. Don't drink less, because your body will try to compensate by storing food. Don't try to drink way more, because then you will have stomach problems. Just keep on drinking the quantity of water you drank week 1 and 2. In week 3, maybe add a little more, since your training sessions will theoretically become longer and harder, but just keep drinking water. Chapter number 3, and the most important chapter of this week, food. Now, starting week number 3, your body will kind of figure out what you're doing, okay? Drinking all this water, doing all this exercise, it will kind of go into survival mode. At the same time, you need to continue to lose weight. So this week will be the first week you will actually start cutting out food. Now, here's how you do it. Unless you are a extreme endurance athlete, and even then, considering that you have to lose weight in a small amount of time, my first suggestion is to reduce as much as possible the quantity of carbohydrates you are using. So no more pasta, no more bread, no more cookies, none of that complex carbohydrates that was originally in your diet. All of this you put to the side for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So you replace carbs with vegetables, any kind of vegetable you want, in the same quantity as you had spaghetti before. For example, you just had broccoli or spinach or tomatoes or whatever you want. So that's the first thing. Second thing is meat. If you ate anything other than white meat like chicken and fish and turkey, Before starting week number 3, you only eat chicken or fish. Maybe turkey if you can find it, but chicken or fish. Made as simple as possible, either boiled or on the grill. So that's as simple as can be. So that in conjunction with vegetables should be your main course for week number 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Now, considering you're gonna switch out the carbs for vegetables, gonna switch all that other meat for white meat, the other thing you should do starting week number 3 is basically divide your current plate or your current meals as you have them set out into 4 pieces. Once you cut this your meal into 4 pieces, you should eliminate 1 piece. So starting week number 3, we are going to basically start a calorie restriction. So this is the first piece of advice I can give you week 3. Divide your plate into 4 pieces and cut one of those 4 pieces out. That will amount to, theoretically, to about 25% of your calorie intake. 25% of your calorie intake less in conjunction with your normal or ramped up training sessions will get you to lose some weight starting week 3. And that's about it for week number 3. Now, in week number 4, we're gonna go way deeper into food science, what you should do more specifically about your food intake, when to eat, how to eat, and so on and so forth. But week number 3 is basically the start of your calorie restriction diet, and it's basically when everything starts to fall into place. Your diet, your training regimen, your sleep regimen, and so on and so forth in preparation for your future competition. Now, very briefly, how was my week? Because you are starting week 3, I am finishing week 3. It was okay. I did encounter if you followed my video last week, I did hit the weight shock week, which would have either been this week or next week, and I only managed to lose about 500 grams, which is okay in the big spectrum of things, because I'm confident I can lose about 1 to 1.5 kilograms next week, because I already know what I'm doing training wise, and I already have a pretty good idea of what I will be eating during the week. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them below. If you consider this helpful, please like it and share it with your friends, and I will see you next week. Ciao.